Hi guys, good morning. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. I trust everyone is doing good, well, feeling blessed, optimistic. This beautiful Friday afternoon, not morning, afternoon. Today's my day off. Have so much things lined up, but decided I'm going to do a few indoors. Do a little more praying indoors, that kind of stuff. Sorting out some paperwork indoors. It's cold outside. So I've been in the cold for the past couple of days. So, take a break. Decide to take a break today. However, I decided to take the liberty to look at, of course, the crash with a Black Hawk, of course, in the commercial flight. And it's very sad. Very, very sad. May the souls of those people rest in peace. May the souls of those people rest in peace. Now, everybody have a conspiracy theory as to what happened. And maybe it's something the Black Hawk was carrying as against D.E.I, diversity, equity, inclusion, D.E.I. I've been back and forth with listening to information, looking at videos, both on YouTube and also on TikTok. I've been doing a little bit of research. And it was said that one of the things that soon as the new president got into office, Donald Trump, he canceled the D.E.I. Is it a program or project? He canceled it. So, a lot of people with my ethnic background, of course, not only my race, but you got Latinos, you have the Asians, you have Mexicans, whatever, who consider themselves a minority because of where society have classed you, and you accepted that. And when I said you accepted that, means that if society say that, you're a minority based on the money that you have, the clothes that you wear, the people that you know, and you accept yourself as a minority, right? So you'll be hearing all of these different things about the D.E.I. And Donald Trump, of course, has canceled it. It's no longer there. And then I look at a very interesting video where the head of the FAH, I think, was actually cross-examined by a governor. And he was asked all these lines of questions about a plane and flying and how much it took a plane to fly and the mileage and what would cause a plane to spin, all of these questions. And he's the head of that section. And he's of my race, but he couldn't answer that question. So I felt like he was a little demascated. I just felt like he was put in a bad spot, right? And I look at black people, Mexicans and Hispanic and everybody saying, it's wrong that Donald Trump canceled the D.E.I. program, which means inclusions of all races when it comes to a specific or any job, not specific, any job. It's saying that there should be a balance of races. So if this particular job requires you have a degree, a master's, a bachelor, it says that you shouldn't only hire white or green people. You should include every other race in that selection process. So Donald Trump removed that. No. And per se, that this guy who was the head of FHH or FAH, he couldn't answer those questions that the governor had for him. So Donald Trump could use that as an example of why the DEI really does not work, or it doesn't make sense. I always look at things on a wider scale. And as a woman of God, I always put God first. Now, I had done a video many years ago when they had walked into this lady's home where she called for help because she felt like somebody was outside of her apartment, and she ended up losing her life. And they say mental health issues, or the way in which she was behaved, the guy responded and she died. I felt like she was misunderstood, and maybe a little form of mental issues was at play. And if only a little bit of heed, a little bit of caution would have been administered, she would have been alive. But there was a little aggression in her words. Now, this is what I want to say to people who consider themselves minority. I'm not a minority. I'm a black woman who breathes the same air that every other race breathes. And I love every other race, love and respect every race. You know, I don't look at what you have, what you wear, the job that you have. I respect you for how you treat people, because you can have so much and still have no morale, no training, no background, nothing. But you can have all of this money and power, earthly power, and in God's eyes, basically, you're nothing. So I do not consider myself a minority. People could say whatever they want to say about me, but I am not a minority. I'm a human being who would fight for humanity, and I don't care what your race is. But this is what I want to say to the people who tell themselves and accept their minority. You got to stay ready to be ready. Stay ready to be ready. What do I mean? If you're applying for a job and you know very well that you don't have the qualifications for, don't apply for it. If you're applying for a job that you know you're not going to get the support when you get into that job, don't apply for it. If you're going to apply for a job which is a predominantly white neighborhood, don't apply for it. You ain't going to get it. And if you get it, they're going to do everything to make sure that you lose it. Now, this is basic math. Don't apply for it. But what I want to say to you is that keep your academia the way, and this is when I say stay ready to be ready, where it puts you in a position to get that job. So nobody can disqualify you based on your academia. But when it comes down to final analysis, then we could see that you were disqualified based on you being a minority or a race. But you cannot be upset with the president. He moved something, or he canceled, and that interview that I saw, it don't make sense. Stay ready to be ready. That's all I gotta say. Peace.